everyone, and welcome to Chrome Cardboard, your Cyberpunk TCG podcast. We are back again with another special episode, which, to be fair, has been recorded pretty much quickly after the last episode that you've just watched. Thanks for that in advance. The reason we're recording this is because they've just dropped 9 new cards. And as much as we like to drop short clips of that, we thought it's better if we do a proper review episode, so here we are with more spectacular reveals. So are we ready to go, lads, and look and review the latest cards?
Always ready to swap cards, aren't we, Steve?
Always, baby. Let's get it going.
So, our first card is a 5-cost 2-ram unit. It is Screw, Lovelorn Fool. He is a Ganger and Maelstrom. He is a 7-power unit. And then on defeat, add another unit from your trash to your hand. Now, I know, Steve, you are a big fan of decks that use their trash as resources. So what are your thoughts on Screw? Is Screw going to be making his way into your deck?
Yeah, just absolutely. It pairs really well with All Is Lost. So pay 1, trash 3, and that adds a unit back. But obviously, if these 2 units in there, you can only take 1. Then you play this, and then you can potentially get the other one at a later time. Why has it got 7 power for 5 with this ability? I don't really know. It's very strong, but yeah, definitely one that's going to see play, and I will be playing.
And another one is obviously if that pesky blocker your opponent's got rid of after its defeat, you get that back, which can't be a bad thing. Kieran, what do you think about Screw? Is Screw going to be a useful tool in a red deck for you?
Yep, definitely. I think he's going to be a very useful tool. 7 power for 5 is just a nice stat line on its own. When you put the defeated ability on there to recycle units from your trash, which are not cost restricted either, just any unit from your trash, does that say, yeah? So, you can play around massively with your trash there, or your second hand, as we call it. So yeah, it seems like a really good card. I'm going to give this a test and see how it works. Yeah.
Kind of fits what Red's trying to do. Have these big, beefy units that swing hard and take gigs. Fits perfectly for that. So definitely a fan and probably one that I will be playing. Next we have Over the Edge, a 3-cost 2-ram program. It is a Merc and defeat a unit with power equal to or less than a value of a friendly D20. So, this is a very last minute thing. So, it's only really useful on that final turn. But if you can get rid of your opponent's Adam Smasher, Kieran, is that a bad thing?
It's definitely not a bad thing. I am just reading this card now for the first time, like you all. It seems very, very powerful. You can sell it as well, so it's sellable as well. Obviously, you've got to get your D20, but with the amount of card manipulation, gig manipulation you've seen in the game so far, you should be able to do something to get a nice number on that D20. But even still, like most units we've seen at the minute are not, they're not 20 power, are they? So you're gonna be wanting to sort of get 10, 12, something like that to be able to hit most things consistently. So I'm a big fan of it. Even, if you just play it to get around a small blocker at the end of the game to go in for the win, it's still a massively advantageous card to have in your hand. So yeah, big fan of it. So.
And obviously, Steve, for most of the game, if you get this early, this is going to be easy to eddies. But late game, this could be very, very powerful. What do you think about it?
I think most of the time you are right. It will be an easy sellable decision. However, I actually really like this with blue. I think you just leave this in your trash all game, and then Lizzie Wizzy comes down after you've rolled your D20 just as spot removal. I think that's where the versatility is really strong, and like you've got cards like All Is Lost. So if that puts it in your trash early, you've got that later as a failsafe. So I really like it with blue. I think with blue it's really strong. Also, with what blue wants to do with putting programs into the trash with Placide, for example, you can just get rid of this if you don't need it. So get rid of it, bottom deck a rival unit, and then you put you in the driver's seat. So yeah, really strong card. I am a fan of it.
I'm looking forward to rolling one on my D20 and not being able to use it, which which you know is what's going to happen.
As long as you play Kerry, you'll be fine because you'll get to draw 3.
Yeah. But honestly, but we know that's what's going to happen. I'm rolling a 1 on the D20 when the opponent sat there with Adam Smash, and I'm like, give me 15 and above. 1. Right. Game over. But yeah, it does feel a little bit high rolly, a little bit. No pun intended there. It does feel like you need to be able to roll high, otherwise it's literally a waste of time. But late game, this is very, very interesting, this card for me. So let's now move on to, we've seen Victor as a unit. I mean, as a legend. Let's now see him as a unit. He is a 2-cost 3 cost 2 ram unit. You got Victor, Vector. You might feel a little pinch. He's 3 power, Ripperdoc, on play. Play a Cyberware gear with 2 costs or less from your trash for free. Equip it only to another friendly unit. Hello, Mantis Blade out of my trash. Kieran, what do you think about this one?
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's a really good card. 3 costs, 3 power. You can get to play a gear with cost 2 or less. I think a lot of the gears, like as mentioned on the previous video, or 2 or less. So it's really good. I don't see, again, the cards you've just revealed this weekend all seem to be higher end cards in terms of power and potentially swinging games and that kind of stuff. So I'm liking what I'm seeing, and the more cards I see, the more I'm thinking you've done a really good decision with Cyberpunk, and they've took on board what they should have learned, and definitely, and they are making good choices in my opinion. So I digress on it, but really good card, I think.
Well, itself, Steve, this fits nicely in that Vector deck that we spoke about, and Dum Dum kind of deck, or even with Panam. Feels like it fits nicely into that kind of world.
I think with Dum Dum, this is absolutely ridiculous. Call Dum Dum, defeat a unit, defeat a gear, play this for 3, get that gear back. Really strong little combination. But definitely a really good card. Not much to add from what Kieran said. I think it's really strong.
Yeah, no, definitely a fan of this one. So now we're going to move into a 3-cost 2 ram unit. Dexter Deshawn, 1 last chance. Fixer, obviously we know he's a fixer for anyone who's played the game. Adjust an on-play and on-attack ability. Adjust a gig by up to 1. On defeated, if your street cred differs from a rival by 10 plus, draw 2. He's a 4 power unit. On-play, on-attack abilities are usually quite good, Steve. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, no, really, really strong card. I think get this down nice and early, start manipulating your deck. Obviously, there is a drawback to that if your opponent's playing certain cards, and Mirror the Stroke, for example. But if they've got nothing to get back out of their trash, you're just getting to do this constantly for free. Get your dice to where you need them to be. The draw 2 ability, again, it's just like, it feels really achievable to get a difference of plus 10, regardless of what way it goes. Because if they start with a high dice, you just go with the low dice and then just make sure that you're nowhere near them. So it just feels really strong, really strong.
And bearing in mind, there is also some strategies that want really low numbers. If you're playing against that opponent with really low numbers, you're literally guaranteed the plus 2.
Yeah.
Kieran, what are your thoughts on Dexter here? Is this one that you can see slotting nicely into a yellow deck that you're going to be running?
Yeah, definitely. The problem I'm seeing at the minute is too many nice yellow cards to fit into the decks, to be honest with you. Every time we see one of these new cards, I'm like, that'll look nice. But then I'm like, deck space is the thing as well, isn't it? So, on play and on attack, it just gives great value. And then, again, these on defeat abilities, I really like them, because I do think they offer another level of thought process within the game, and your opponent, has to hit them at the perfect time to get rid of the unit and not let you get any advantage from doing so. So it's it's a sticky body and yeah, it just makes your opponent think twice about what they're doing. So I like it. It's a good card, very powerful. So yeah.
Very, very good card, this. But then, to be fair, I think from what I've seen, yellow's been my favourite colour so far. It
Yellow
does feel very strong.
nice. It does.
Next, we have a green unit, 3 cost, 2 ram, field operator, Arasaka. We know there's a lot that tag can do. Corpo and Techie. On play, if your street cred is even number, draw 1. It is a 2 power unit. Kieran, what do we think about our field operator here?
Not massively overwhelmed by it at the minute. Again, just reading this for the first time. It's okay. I think if your idea is to get the draw 1, there's better ways to draw 1 in the game at the minute. As a 3 cost 2 power, it's not massively started. It's not going to clear the board or nothing. It's okay. And you've got the added thing to get around there if your street kids even draw 1. So even then, you're not guaranteed to draw 1 if you need to play it. So it's okay. Not a massive fan on first read.
It feels like to me, Steve, an ideal card to have potentially as your turn 1 play if you've rolled an even number. So your first dice, you've rolled an even number, you play this, you flip a legend, doesn't sound a bad turn. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Obviously, you can only do that if you're going on the draw, but yeah, to be honest, the versatility for this card, like, it's not really there. Maybe with the 7 cost Yorinobu we've seen in red, get to play it for free, running into something just to sacrifice it, draw 2 that turn. There's better ways to do this. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's an okay card.
Now we're going to move on to a 6 cost 2 ram unit. Nadia, fighting through grief. Medtech trauma team. If a rival controls more gigs than you, this unit can attack their gig area the turn it's played. 8 power. Also, phenomenal art on this one. Yeah, Steve, what do you think about this one? Because obviously green, to be fair, from what we've seen, is usually understated. This feels like it's not. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on this card?
Yeah, very, very strong card. Like, it's actually, I feel like the balance of this game is really there. So obviously this is, if you're behind, this comes out and can swing in straight away. So it allows you to potentially get back into games. So yeah, no, I like this. I do like it.
What about yourself, Kieran?
I agree. I think it's very strong. I think the fact that it's 8 power as well, like you can get that to 10 very easy. If you play it out straight away and it smashes in, takes 2 gigs, that's a massive game swinger. Yeah. If you are behind, like Steve says, it doesn't not only just get you back on level, potentially pushes you ahead then as well. So yeah, it looks like it's very strong, and it's only 2 rammers that, so I think we're going to see this get on a lot of play.
Yeah, very much. It feels like one of those cards where your opponent's just taking a gig and they've just basically taken the lead, because at this point neither of you have taken any gigs. Just go, fine, I'll just take 2. Like, it just feels like it, you're being spiteful at that point. It's like, you took 1, fine, I'll have 2 then. Because I'm attacking straight away, I've equipped it and I'm better than you at this point. Very interesting card.
It is literally a perfect card on the draw, though, isn't it? Because they will always potentially have more gigs because they get to roll first. So yeah, I think it's a really good solid card.
And to be honest with you, I think green kind of needed that. From what we've seen, a lot of their cards seem to be quite understated. So I think it is a card that you could be playing from behind. You either need to get a fast start with, or you need that ability to catch up. And green itself didn't look like it had that ability, whereas that card looks like it can help with that. Very interesting. We've now got another blue legend. We have Sasha Yakovleva. I butchered that. Apologise in advance. Won't let you down. It is a 5 cost. Go solo. It is mains, crew, merc, and netrunner. On attack, reveal the top card of your deck. Add it to your hand. This unit gains power equal to that card's cost this turn. And defeated, a rival discards 1 card. Stay. Obviously, if you know your opponent is running a lot of big stuff, this feels really good. If you know they're quite low to the ground, this feels the opposite. What are your thoughts?
To be honest, I actually really like this card. I really like the design of it because of the. I kind of wish it said Arrival Discards 2, because that would really make you think about swinging back into it. Because when you swing into it, it will be a 0, so you will always win that fight unless it's got gear. So I think the drawback of swinging into it needs to be a little bit higher. But I think if I'm playing against this, I will always look at my hand and go, can I really? If I'm not in a discard deck or I'm not getting stuff back out the trash, I will be looking at my hand thinking, can I really afford to get rid of my resources just to get rid of their go solo? So I actually really like the design of it. I think it's going to make people really think. So yeah, I like it. I like it. Maybe not one I'll play myself, but I really like the design of it.
And Kieran, obviously we know I'm a fan of a card that has a discard effect in Caliber. What are your thoughts on this one?
I like it. Just to, carry on what Steve said there, I do think that discard one will definitely make you think, especially if you're sort of late the game, if you're not in the kind of decks that are drawing lots of cards and you are low on hand size. Can you swing into it? Like, is it? Yeah. You might have to leave it on board. Yeah. Exactly. What's the best play there? See, the fact that we're having the conversation now, proves the point. And if you can't get rid of it, then you potentially got to defend, a 4, 5, 6, 7 deep body coming at you next turn.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how easy we can manipulate the top deck. If you can manipulate to what's on the top of your deck as well, pretty consistently, then it's going to be a very powerful card. I think it's a good card anyway. But yeah.
The issue.
I think it's.
Sorry.
I think obviously it depends what you've got on the top. If you've got is it a Placide on the top, happy. If you've got a 2-cost blocker, not so.
Yeah. I think if we can't, that's the word I'm looking for. If we can't put cards on top deck and manipulate it in that way, then it's going to take quite a bit of a bit of skill expression, so to say, to know what you've got in your trash, what you spent, what's in your hand, what the odds are of seeing one of your big characters on top, and when's a good time to play this card to try and hit one of them characters with the high cost power. So yeah, it's an interesting card for sure. I'm intrigued by it.
So next we have a card that people might be familiar with from playing the Alpha Kit. Delamain Cab, 4 cost 2 ram unit. It is no longer just a vanilla. It's a vehicle. At the end of your turn, if this unit stole an Eddy this turn, a gig this turn, ready an Eddy. That rhymes, so that's always good. And then it's 4 power. Kieran, what do you think of the change to this from being a vanilla high-statted card to actually now having an effect?
What was the stat on? Sorry, so it was a 4.
Wasn't it a 4-5?
No, it was a 4-7.
4-7.
That's a drop and half in it.
It was so weird.
4. Okay, so from a 4-7 to this, I think I might prefer the 4-7.
Yeah, but
4-7.
There's obviously a reason it's no longer a 4-7.
Yeah. That's just ridiculous. But as a card, without comparing it to the previous 4 cost, 4 power, you get to ready Eddy at the end. It's okay. I think it'll work nicely in some decks where you want to play defensively and have your Eddies readied, going into your opponent's turn and such. So I think it's okay. I think it'll see some play. Yeah.
What about yourself, Steve? Are you a fan of the change to Delamain Cab, or are you a bit like, give me the original vanilla?
The vanilla was just a ridiculous card, to be honest, but I like the effect. I think it pairs quite nicely with like River Ward and stuff like that, which we've previously talked about. Because you could just ready River Ward, which he doesn't need to spend an Eddy. He just spends himself to play a gear. So, I think as a defensive tool, I actually quite like it. There's loads of effects in blue that allow you to ready Eddies. So there's potentially a way to ready multiple Eddies in one turn. So I'm a bit I'm interested to see how it will play out. But yeah, I do like the look of it.
I think the only drawback for me is you have to steal a gig. If with that particular unit, if it was any of your units, I think I would like it quite a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, agreed. And our final card we're going to talk about today is another returning card. It is Reboot Optic, a 2-cost 2 RAM quick hack. It wasn't a quick hack originally.
Nope.
It was just literally a program before, wasn't it? Next time a rival unit fights this turn, if it doesn't defeat the next time a rival unit fights this turn, it doesn't defeat the opposing friendly unit. That is a big change. What do we think about this one?
I quite like it. I'm a big fan of this, really. It basically just saves one of your main pieces, doesn't it? For 2 costs as well. It's sellable. It's 2 RAM as well, so you can play it in most blue decks. I like it. It reads quite nice on first reads. If you can just play that for 2 and potentially save something, getting say a voice or someone comes flying in and swings into one of your pieces you need to keep on board to stay in the game, you just play this for 2 and it doesn't do the job, and then you can swing back next turn and play.
Even protecting like a blocker, I find really interesting. Like pay 2, I'll spend my blocker to block, but I'll pay 2 and it won't defeat it. Like just keep your blocker out. I actually like the versatility of that. I think is really interesting.
It's quite nice because if you do that as well, because you could potentially, you're paying 2 for the blocker next turn, you sort of do this and get yourself the blocker, and then start Eddies to play them.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's like essentially having 6 copies of a 2-cost blocker.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, if you can bet the Eddies as well with the other cards as well, then it's even better. 3 resources, basically.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, and that is the final one we're going to be talking about today. Obviously, thank you very much for your time, lads. We'll be back again soon for anyone watching. I'll be back in soon with another episode.